Hi everybody, today I'm going to be doing a colouring tag video, and this is one that I saw on a few videos over the weekend here on YouTube. I believe it was started by a colourist called JI Colorist here on YouTube. I will link her video and her channel down in the description. But I also watch videos by Disney Meg's Colouring and by Amanda Colours here on YouTube, so I'll link all those down below. And the tag is called How Many Crowns? And I think it was started because of the coronation of King Charles III, I believe, over the weekend here in the UK. And what the premise is to go back through all of your previous colourings and to count out how many crowns or tiaras that you've actually coloured in. Initially I thought, oh, I don't think I've coloured many of those at all, but I did surprise myself and I found quite a few. Not hundreds, but yeah, quite a few, and a lot more than I thought. So here we go. I'll go through and show you all the crowns that I've coloured in. The first one is a really early one. This one is in Enchanted Forest there by Joanna Basford. And it is that crown there up at the top. So that is the first one. Let's put that down one crown. Next there are a couple from my PDF file, and I did pick out anything that I thought looked a lot like a crown. If any of them you don't think would actually count, then please let me know in the comments. But they're the ones that I thought looked closest to the crowns in everything that I coloured in. This is number 2. I think that looks quite a lot like a crown with those skulls and little stars on top, so I'm going to count that one as a crown. And there we go, that is 2. The next one, another PDF. This one is by Micah Jelena. And there we go, she's got her lovely candy purple crown going on there. So that's number 3. The next one is in this picture by Cami Ledbetter. There we are, a little bunny there has got a crown going on, so yep, that is number 4. Now we're coming up to the ones that I sourced from my Colouring Heaven collection. So this is the first one, Colouring Heaven Dark Fantasy Special, designs from Ennis Guerrero. And the crown is on this page. You can see that raven there is wearing his crown, so I'm going to count that one. It's tiny, but I'm going to count that one. That's number 5. Next, moving on to Colouring Heaven Creatures of the Night Special by Sarah Richter. And this is one I couldn't quite decide whether it counted as a crown, or maybe that's a tiara. I think it's sparkly and blingy enough to be one or the other. I think I might put that one down as a tiara. But yeah, there we go. I'm going to count that as a tiara, I think. Definitely blingy enough and jeweled enough to count, I think. So I will mark that one down as a tiara. That's our first tiara. And I haven't actually counted these, so you're going to be discovering along with me here how many of each I do have. The next one, we might be getting a bit of glare because I've actually covered this with plastic, but you can see there, Queen Elizabeth I there with their royal crown. So that's definitely counting as a crown, even if a few of them are a bit iffy. That one definitely is not. There we go. And that is Colouring Heaven Collection Costume Special by Fabiana Tre, or Ture. So there we have another crown. And next we have another Colouring Heaven Dreamtime Special, this time by Hannah Carlson. And there's a few in this one. And I started colouring it from the beginning, so I haven't marked them. I'm going to count this one as possibly being a tiara, I think, because it's low down over her forehead there, so more of a tiara than a crown. So I'm going to count that one as a tiara. None on that page, and this page actually has, is that 1 crown and 1 tiara, or 2 crowns? I don't know. I think maybe 1 crown for this owl here, and that one is more of a tiara. So I'm going to count that as 1 crown and 1 tiara. Next, we definitely have a crown on this one. That's a very royal looking queenly crown there. So I'm going to count that one as a crown. Next, we have this little birdie, and he's wearing his crown there. Another kind of obvious kingly or queenly crown there, so yeah, definitely counting that one as a crown. And I think that's it for that one. Colouring Heaven Dreamtime Special by Hannah Carlson. Next we move on to Colouring Heaven Steampunk Special, designs by Matt and Dawn Davidson. And the crown is here on the cover that I've coloured in. And there we go there. That's the crown. Definitely a crown, not a tiara, so I'll count that one as a crown. Next we're moving on to Spirit Animals. This is again by Hannah Carlson. This is a fairly recent colouring. There we go. And that marker. And there we go. Our swan definitely there is wearing a crown. I would say that was a crown, definitely. And that one I wasn't sure whether to count that as a tiara or not, but I'm thinking now it's more of a headband, so I'm going to just count that as the one crown for our swan there. So I'll mark that down as another crown. Next we have Fantasy Princesses Special. This is Colouring Heaven by Jash Lee, and we have a tiny little tiara in this one, I think, if I remember. Yep, there we go. You can see she does have a little kind of tiara thing on her ponytail there, so I'm going to count that as a tiara. Not big enough for a crown, I don't think. Yeah, and that's another tiara. Next, we have Myth and Magic by Kinoko Craft. And there is two in this one, but one of them is super tiny. And I'm not even sure we can zoom in close enough to see it. Let's see if I can zoom in editing. And if I do, the crown will be there and that lady at the top. So it is a crown. It's very tiny, but it's a crown, so I'm going to count it. That's another one for a crown. And the other one in here is this lady here. There we go. She's wearing a crown there. Bit of gold and glitz there for her. And yep, that definitely counts as a crown, I think. So that's our next crown. And last but not least, the last one that I found is in Mouse Guard colouring book. This is on one of the double pages. There we go. You see it there, that moth, butterfly, moth, I think, carrying the big jewelled king bee crown there. So I'm going to count that one as our last crown. That is Mouse Guard by David Peterson, and the last crown. So in the end, we have ended up with 14 crowns and 4 tiaras. Although, of course, if anybody thinks any of those shouldn't really count, then please let me know in the comments below. But I was quite pleased I actually found that many. So yeah, as for tagging anyone, I think this tag is actually open to anyone. So yeah, if you feel like joining in, taking a look through all your colourings and seeing how many crowns that you've coloured in, then go for it. It was really quite interesting for me at least, because I didn't think I would have coloured half that many crowns, to be honest with you. So I'm quite pleased with my little totals. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing that. And take care everyone, and I'll see you in future videos. Bye!